back to my channel. Why did I say channel like that? So Valley girl. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be doing a product update speed review video. I tried to organize it the best I could. So I have a basket here and I've got products I've tried on camera and I'm gonna give you updates on those. And then on the other side of the basket, I've got products I have tried off camera, and then behind the basket, I've got just skincare products that I've tried off camera. So we will start with the basket. It's got a lot of stuff in here, so I'm gonna try to go quickly so I don't, talk forever. Any products I'll be mentioning from videos I've tried, I will link the videos in the description box. I'll link as many in the eye as I can. I can only link 5 videos at a time in a video, so if I happen to mention more than 5, I don't think I will, but if I happen to mention more than 5 videos, I'll just make sure to put all of them in the description box. But anyway, so the first product is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It Foundation. So this foundation I actually really like upon initial application, but the more I used it, I realized it was breaking me out. So it gave me some pretty serious cysts actually, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fragrance in here. It's got like a coconutty scent, which at first I couldn't detect in the video, but the more I've used it, the more obvious it has become, which is really unfortunate because I thought this looked really nice on my skin. And I really, really liked it, but I think that if you have sensitive skin, I would steer clear of this. It's beautiful if you have skin that can take a lot, and I think it would be great for either oily or dry skin or combination, but if you have sensitive skin, I would steer clear of this because it broke me out, and I'm actually still recovering from some breakouts from that foundation. Let's talk about the Butter Believe It Putty Primer. This, I tried in that. You can see how shiny it is. That's key in what I'm about to say. So for those of you who don't know, my favorite primer of all time right now is the e.l.f. Putty Primer, just like the traditional poreless putty primer. So this one I was excited about because I thought, oh, maybe it'll be a lot like that. Well, you can see it's very shiny. It almost made my foundation slip around everywhere. Like, it looked okay with this, but I tried it with another foundation I'm gonna mention here in a second, as well as my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear foundation that I love. It's like my ride or die foundation, and it made it slippery. It made it like not able to like actually adhere to my skin. So I do not like this. This also clogged my pores and caused me to have some pretty bad blackheads. I think that's something common with the fragrance or whatever is formulated in these Butter Believe It products, which is really unfortunate. So I did not like this, and I especially do not think you will like it if you have oily skin. I have combination dry skin, with the middle part being the oiliest part of my face and then the outer realms of my face being the driest. I only applied putty primer on the T-zone to kind of fill in pores, so it was slidey, it broke me out in like little blackheads everywhere, and I just did not like this. The Physicians Formula Matte Manai, or however you pronounce it, Butter Bronzer, I like this one fine. I don't think it causes me breakouts. It does have a very weird smell. It has a smell that is very distinct to like a specific memory I have, but I can't tell you what the smell is. Like, I've been thinking since I recorded the Physicians Formula video, trying to figure out what the smell is, and I can't think of it. I like this. I think it can be a little bit warm if you get a little heavy-handed, but if you go in light, it's quite nice. I like this better than the original Butter Bronzer in terms of formulation. For some reason, I just can't ever get the regular Butter Bronzer to work on me. I don't know why, but everybody else loves it. But yeah, this one I thought was fine. It's not my favorite tone-wise, and I don't feel like, if I do get a little bit heavy-handed, it takes a little bit to kind of like make it a little less obvious and orangey, so that is something to note. But overall, it's got a nice formula, and I like it fine, and I think it'll be great for the summer when I do want a little bit more warm looks, you know what I'm saying? I also tried out the Physicians Formula Butter Blowout Mascara. I did not like this. It made my lashes kind of look clumpy. You can see it in the video, and it's very like, it was like voluminous, but like spider leg voluminous, and I didn't get them built up the way I like. And there are some mascaras in this basket that I really, really liked, so I would just pass on this one. Also, it does smell like coconut and like the buttery coconut smell that the rest of the products do as well, and that made my eyes water. I'm just sensitive all the way around. The last thing from that video I tried was the Physicians Formula Diamond Dust. This one came off really chunky. I don't really like it. It's weird because like it's very sheer looking, but like the more I built it up, like it doesn't even really come off. It's just like spreads sparkle everywhere. It just was really beneath my expectations, and I didn't like it. I immediately didn't like it in that video. as well. Another video I did actually that same week that I uploaded the Physicians Formula one, I tried out 7 different drugstore products. And so I'm gonna pull those out and talk about those. The first thing I talked about in that video was the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I actually really like this. I like it much better than the putty primer from Physicians Formula, but it's got like a whipped texture. This one I feel like can be pretty much used for any skin type. And I felt like it did a good job of blurring any imperfections and kind of just going under all foundations nicely. So I really, really liked this. The foundation I tried out in that video was the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. This has hyaluronic acid, it's supposed to be long wearing. I really, really like this. I don't like it more than my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. In that video, I was like all gung-ho for it, but this I have found is best with particular primers. But I did overall like this. I love the packaging of it. So gorgeous. If I designed a foundation bottle, it would probably look something like this. You can get this on Amazon, which I love. It's one of the main sellers for this. I would say I like the L'Oreal Fresh Wear a little bit better, and this one's like right under it. It's pretty good. I also tried out this Wet n Wild Color Icon 10-pan palette. I'll put on the screen what the color scheme is. I can't find it on the packaging. But this was really pretty in that video. It's very up my alley, especially if you take out those shades. Like these are shades I would literally wear every single day. I really have been loving this palette. I reach for it a lot. What I like about it is the fact that it is so inexpensive. I feel like I can just get such a nice, pretty look. Wet n Wild has always kind of blown me away with their eyeshadows, so that is something to be aware of. I love the color scheme. They have lots of different color schemes as well, as if you wanted to get a little bit more adventurous with colors or darker shades. But this I love because you can do neutral over here and then you can spice it up over here. They're blendable and soft. The mattes are very easy to work with. The shimmers are almost like cushiony to the touch, if you know what I mean. And they go on your eyelids very nicely. So I really like this. The Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Oh my gosh, I can't stop using this. It has been a struggle trying to make sure I'm trying the other mascaras that I have tried when I have this, like over the past couple of weeks and months. Because this one, I especially love it with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer, whatever. It's in like a white bottle with a gold top. But this alone too is just stunning. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love what it does to my eyelashes. It gets a lot of buzz on TikTok, I think. And it definitely lives up to that. It's volumizing, it's lengthening, it curls and it holds a curl. It's pretty much all it's cracked up to be, and I love it. And I definitely will be repurchasing this. I also tried out the Wet n Wild Megalast Incognito concealer in that video. This is great. The only thing I have a problem with is that it has witch hazel in it, and you can smell the witch hazel when you're applying it. It dissipates, but I'm not super pumped about having something dry and go under my eyes. It definitely has a lot of coverage right off the bat. I love this. Just wish it didn't have witch hazel. Don't really know what the inclusion of witch hazel is doing besides possibly irritating people's under eyes. The Wet n Wild Cloud Pout Marshmallow Lip Mousse. A lot of marshmallow things going on. Not really, just two. This, first of all, smells like candy. I love this. I thought it was going to be too peach, but I'm not wearing it today, although it kind of looks like I am. This is gorgeous. It's very comfortable. It's very comparable to the Rare Beauty Lip Mousse that I really like, except it's not a shade dupe. It's just more of a formula dupe. But I love this. I wear it a lot. I think everybody would love it because it's matte but not drying, and it stays a while. It doesn't stay forever, but it stays for about 4 hours on me. I also did a SHEIN video, and I only have a couple of things I'm going to be mentioning from that video that I needed to test out more from that video. If you do want to see that whole video and what I think about the products, go check it out because SHEIN has some great makeup. First off, let's talk about this She Glam Desert Palette. It looks like this, got some mauve tones. I really, really like this palette. It's definitely like a mood specific palette for me. Like if I'm not feeling purple, sorry, it's got like this plastic thing. If I'm not feeling purple shades, then I'm not feeling this. I do think it's weird that it's called a desert palette when it has purple shades. I feel like desert would imply that it would be orangey warm shades, but whatever. I do really like these. I think the shimmers are quite nice. This is it's got like some duochrome shimmers and then just like some regular shimmers. But this would be great if you were like into a purpley eye. It's very inexpensive. It brings out pretty much any eye color like brown, green, blue, hazel, like pretty much any eye color I think purple works with. And I really like it. I don't reach for it a ton, because of the color scheme. I really have to be in a mood to wear purple eyeshadows. That wearing purple eyeshadows like a lot was me at the end of high school, beginning of college, just saying. And we have this, which is the SHEIN Afterglow palette. This one is very similar to a Natasha Denona palette. I can't remember the name of it right off the bat. I just dug my fingernail into one of the shades. Crap. Look at that. Oh, sad. But it looks like this inside. It's very pretty. This one has a lot of warm neutral shades, and of course it's got this and this. I talked about how it also looks like this Alter Ego palette. I think a lot of people are trying to do Natasha Denona, but see what I'm talking about? Like, it's very similar in color scheme. In fact, I really don't need both of these, but I try makeup, so sometimes I end up with things that are pretty similar to each other. This one I like better than the Desert palette, pretty much just because of the color scheme. I would wear these colors more, but also I just kind of like the formula a bit more. I think that it is a little bit softer than the other one. Like, they're pretty similar, but like the mattes are a little bit softer than the other one. The other one, it takes a little bit more blending. Out of the two, I really like this one. SHEIN does a really good job with their makeup. I'm very impressed. If you want to see what I think of more of the SHEIN products, definitely check that video out because there are some good products in there. So I also did an e.l.f. video where I tried out a bunch of new e.l.f. products. So the first and main thing I tried was the e.l.f. CC Camo Cream. I have this in 2 different shades. So in the original video I did of this, why I say original is because I had 2 videos regarding this go up. One where I tried all the different e.l.f. products and I hated this. It pilled, it was weird, it was clumpy, it was just odd. Then I started seeing all these people uploading videos about how much they loved the CC cream and it was so smooth, and I was like, that's weird. Like, I did not have that experience. And it got to the point where I saw so many people love it that I was like, did I get a dud? So I reordered it, not because I didn't believe in my opinion, because I did experience it. I show you in the video where it peels up, and it wasn't my skincare because it was the same skincare I use every day and the same skincare I used in the second e.l.f. video where I revisited this, and I ended up really liking it. It is not my favorite. It can be very heavy. Less is more with this product. Thought it was full coverage and it's nice. It's got a broad spectrum of 30. Of course, it's supposed to be like a dupe for the IT Cosmetics CC cream, and it's got collagens, peptides, and niacinamides. So I like the ingredients in here such as that, but definitely check out both of those videos so you can see my first reaction to this, because it was true. It was not good. Like, I sent them back to e.l.f. and reordered them, got some new ones, and had a completely different experience. So that was interesting, but definitely check out both so you can see what I'm talking about. Other things I tried in that were the e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara. This I really, really liked. And it's funny because once again, we have a rubberized wand. A little bit different from the Maybelline rubberized wand, but I really like this also, especially with the L'Oreal lash primer I use. I like it alone as well, but I do prefer the Maybelline Sky High over this one just a little bit, but I do really like this one. This one provides volume, length, and it curls your lashes, but if you really want to go extra sky high, then go for the Maybelline one over this one, just saying. I also tried the brightening concealer, and I like this a lot. So actually how I've been using it recently is almost as a color corrector, because it's got like this peach like tone, you see, and so it kind of color corrects before you put on a heavier concealer. Like, I like to use that and then use the Wet n Wild one to kind of cover, but that one kind of corrects the darkness, especially if I've had like a particularly crappy night's sleep or I didn't get much at all or something like that. I really like it for that. I think that you would like this alone most if you were a person who likes more natural looking finishes and under eyes. I also tried out some shadow sticks. I wasn't a big shadow stick person. I find the most of the times that I've tried them, like Maybelline had one, I think some years ago, and I didn't like them, but these are the e.l.f. ones, the No Budge shadow sticks, and I got this in the shade Magnetic Pool, which is the purpley one, and then Champagne Crystal, which is definitely like a yellowy champagne. I tried these both out in the video, and honestly, see this though? It's like, it's a satin finish. It's not like got any glimmer like this one does. So I loved it, and honestly, when I'm in a rush, I put this one on the lid and then this one on the outer and just kind of like blend it together, and it looks like I tried way harder than I did, and they last forever. I wore them New Year's Eve, and Thomas and I went to Mentone, and they lasted until like 1 o'clock in the morning. So That was really awesome. I really like those. Some other things that I actually have returned that should give you some insight on how I feel were the Fenty Beauty Powder Foundation, and I actually compared it to this one, the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Powder Foundation. Everybody is raving about this. In the video, I actually compared the Fenty Beauty side by side to the L'Oreal to see, you know, like, is a Fenty Beauty really worth, I think it was $38 or $32 or something like that. I was not overly impressed. It also ended up breaking me out, which is the reason I returned it. I will, of course, have a picture on the screen showing you which one I'm talking about. This one did not break me out. It is a little bit light for me. It's an okay match, but it's almost like just a weird undertone, actually. But in the video, I tried it originally with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. For both of them, I tried both of my sides of my face with different brushes, but they were the same brush. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I didn't really like either that way. So I tried each of them with the puff, and I ended up really liking this one. The other one looked fine. This one had more coverage than the Fenty one did. And also that one broke me out and this one didn't. So I think this one is definitely more worth it, although it only has like 16 shades. And of course the Fenty one has an infinite number of shades because that is pretty much the point of the brand. So just keep that in mind. But I did really end up liking this one, and the Fenty one, as you know, I've said it like 10,000 times, I took it back because it broke me out and I just kind of wanted my money back because it wasn't exactly what I wanted. I also tried a Morphe foundation that I did not like. I did a video on it. It was the new, whatever it's called, filter effect or whatever. I'll put the name of it on the screen. It was gross. Like I said, I don't have oily skin, and it looked so gross and greasy and oily by the end of the day. It broke me out heavily, and what was weird is when I took it back to return it, the Ulta Beauty person who was helping me, like the employee, she was like, I hated this foundation. It was awful. It broke me out. It was greasy. And I was like, okay, good. Because I thought I was the only one who hated it, because all of these influencers are like, oh, I love it. Da, 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 da. And I was like, I hate it. Like, this is awful. And it didn't even have full coverage. It claimed to be full coverage, and it wasn't even really full coverage. It was definitely more of a medium. So just so you know, I took that back because it was so awful. So I have finished the products that I tried out on my channel, and now let me get to the makeup products and skincare products that I tried off camera. So first we have the Revolution Blurring Balm. It's a super dewy blurring balm. It's supposed to be kind of like a putty primer. This one, it's a little bit different, but I really ended up liking it. First of all, I love the packaging. This looks really nice. I really liked it with the Catrice foundation and also with my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. It does a really nice job of smoothing over your skin but not making you look greasy. It works similarly to the e.l.f. Putty Primer, but there's something different about it. So yeah, I ended up really, really liking this, which I was surprised because it was kind of just a on the whim purchase I made. So they also have a tinted moisturizer I tried out, and I ended up returning it because it was awful, just so you know. I'll put that on the screen too. Also tried out this L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara. I don't know what it is with this like Bambi eye. First of all, these smell so bad. I heard Jessica Braun talking about this. I actually tried this at the end of last year, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I hate the smell and it kind of makes my eyes burn, and it's just a very wet formula, and it doesn't really ever get dry after you open the tube. You know what I mean? Like when you open a tube and it's like becomes drier the longer it's open. I feel like that never becomes drier. So it kind of just like gets clumpy and really, really wet and then takes forever to dry on my lashes. So I wasn't a fan of that. I also tried out the Profusion Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector. I was very excited about this. These are very yellowy shades. Not impressed with the shade range. These are very yellow undertoned. I got two different shades and they just don't match me. Aside from that, they're very greasy. They're not nearly as greasy as the Morphe one was, and they didn't break me out, but I just wasn't excited about them. I was excited about the packaging because it's very slim, so I thought that'd be good to travel with, but I don't overly like it, and it sounds like something I would like because it has hyaluronic acid, medium to full coverage, and a natural satin finish. It also has SPF 15, but yeah, I just wasn't the biggest fan of it. I think if you have a very yellowy undertone, perhaps you would like this, and if you have very dry skin, I have combination of dry, so it's not full on like desert dry, but these just didn't work for me. So I also tried the Hailey's Beauty. This is like the Refine Foundation Primer. This is very interesting. I actually heard about this from Wynn, if you can kind of see it. It's very, very similar to the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I find that they have a very similar consistency. I like this one pretty much about as much as I like this one. They're very similar, and I didn't see much of a difference. The NYX one, of course, is more accessible because it's sold in stores, and Haley's is pretty much only sold online, I think. But I did really like it. It filled in my pores nicely. I also tried out this Revolution Forever Dynamic Eyeshadow Palette in the color scheme Serenity. I really like this, actually. This is so cool. It reminds me a lot of the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette, like the metallic shade. It's got like that feel. It can fall into your eyes, so be careful with that if you try it out. But this one I actually really liked. I talked about it in my anti-haul and wishlist video, and I picked it up. It's got such a pretty color scheme. I really, really like it. I love that it has that shade right there, because that's one of my favorite shades to wear. The most boring shade ever. So I have been getting BoxyCharms because that was one of my Christmas gifts from Thomas. And this Wonder Beauty face and eye palette came in, one of them, which I think is hilarious because I like bashed, and I didn't really bash. I just said that I thought that face and eye palette combinations were like so 10 years ago or something like that in my anti-haul and wish list video. But this one I ended up really liking. This is a very pretty highlight. I also wear it on my eyes. What I like about it is it's almost kind of like a subtle highlight. It's not like super popping. And this is a very pretty like shade thing. They kind of pull rosy, which you wouldn't think, but like when you put this on your eye, it does pull a little bit on the rosy side. It almost looks orange there, but like when it's on your eyes, it looks more rosy. It's very interesting. But I did really like every other like shade in this palette. I did think that the shimmer shades in the eyeshadow portion were a little bit stiff at first, but once you got off the first layer, they were pretty easy to work with, and they looked really pretty on the eyes. I don't know if I would buy this because, once again, I don't really buy eye and like cheek combination palettes, but I do really like it and have been using it a lot. Another eyeshadow palette that came in a BoxyCharm was this Violet Voss All of You Forever palette. I've been dying to try Violet Voss palettes, so I was so excited when this came through. And I've been trying to get more into like greenish eyeshadow. I don't know why. Maybe it's because St. Patrick's Day is in like 10 days or something like that, at least in my time. But I love this. I actually really like the mauve tones too. It's very pretty. This is a very pretty shade down here. This is Lovebird. And actually, like, these green shades are really pretty as well. They do have a bit of a stiffness to them, which is kind of unusual, but they are really pretty. See, I love the emerald, like, pull to this one right here. I actually have really been liking this palette, and I like the fact that it doesn't look like every other palette that I've bought for myself, because I definitely get into eyeshadow ruts where I buy the same colored palettes over and over again. I think we all do that. I have also tried this L'Oreal liner. It is the Le Liner Signature, and it's a pencil liner. And it's just like this beautiful silky black pencil liner. This is the best upper waterline liner. So I'll pull it when I want to have eyeliner on, but I don't want it on my lid, and I just want to like add definition to my eyelashes. And I'll do it on the upper waterline. It does not transfer to the bottom line ever, like all day. It is amazing. I heard about this from Jessica Braun. Oops, that's so me. And I really, really like this. This NARS Climax Extreme Mascara. I know a lot of people like the Climax line. It grosses me out that they name it sexual names, but that's just me. Okay. This has a like regular bristled brush, and it's huge. I like this most with layering. I don't think I would purchase this. It was something that came free with actually the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, which I'll be talking about in a second. But I do like it, and I would take it like in a travel size somewhere, because it does do a nice job of volumizing. But honestly, I'm telling you guys, the Maybelline one is the way to go. It's the best mascara I've tried in at least like 2 or 3 years. So speaking of the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, this, NARS foundations run very yellow. Is that just me? Because this is supposed to be in a neutral shade. This is in the shade Light 3.5 Salzburg. And it's like, I think it says light neutral or something like that. And this still pulls kind of yellow. It even looks yellowy in the bottle. This I have to have like so many serums on beneath because it is quite drying. But I am excited to test this out in the summer. But as of right now, I don't like it as a winter foundation, and I don't think it's good for people with dry skin at all. I think this is definitely a foundation that is focused more on people with oily skin and is best for people with oily skin, so just keep that in mind. So another thing I've tried off camera, and I think I mentioned it like briefly on my channel, this is the Number 7, Lift and Illuminate powder. I actually have it in 2 different shades, light and light medium. So this is light, oops, and this is light medium, obviously. This one I use under my eyes, and this one I tried all over my face. Jessica Braun really likes this, and Jessica Braun is fairer than me, and this seems to work for her, but this darkens my under eyes. Like, I walk around looking like I have like just darkened under eyes. It's weird. And this one, the darker one, which is the light medium, I tried this all over my face, and it took away the coverage of pretty much any foundation I tried it on top of, and it didn't really hold anything together very well. So I don't know, like, I know a lot of people really like this, and it does do a good job of blurring under your eyes, but A, I think that it darkens your under eyes, and B, I think that it takes off the coverage of your foundation. So I don't think it's really good for your under your eyes because of the color problem if you're somebody who's fair like me, and I don't think it's good that like it takes off the coverage of your foundation. That's just me. Last makeup item that I've tried is the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze. This is in the shade 01 Light. I love this. It is a luminous bronzer. It's got, oh, it's so soft, but I love the cool tone of this. A lot of people like this. Jessica Braun likes this. Arna Elaine likes this. And I like this because I know that we're told that bronzers should be matte, but honestly, I like that this is not matte. It's not gleaming, but it's definitely got a bit of a glow to it. It brings life to your face. And you could honestly wear this without like a highlighter and you would look glowy, not highlighted, but you would look glowy and really, really youthful and fresh. So we are almost done. The first skincare product we're gonna talk about is this Neutrogena Hydro Boost fragrance-free for sensitive skin cleansing lotion. It has to be the fragrance-free one, not the other one. This one is like a creamy look. The other one's almost like an oily look if you look at it in the bottle. This one is almost sometimes hard to come by, but oh my gosh, I think it's definitely, no, it's not I think. It's definitely my new favorite foundation cleanser. I bought a new bottle of the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser that I love, and it started burning my face. And I've noticed that some people have also had the same complaint. So have they changed their formula? Because it has caused burning like in any area that's like sensitized already, or it causes those areas to be sensitive, which really bums me out. Cause like, what am I supposed to do now? But this one is really good. I really, really love this. I'm already on my like 3rd or 4th bottle, but I fly through this because of the size of the bottle. The CeraVe one, they have like 4 different sizes and they last me longer than this. And this is hard to come by. It's sold out almost all the time everywhere. So I have to order it like in advance and have like lots of backups so I don't run out. But this is great if you have sensitive skin, if you have oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, acne prone skin. This is great for everyone at just cleansing your skin without stripping it. I love it. I also tried this, and I mentioned it in my updated skincare routine video. This is the Eye Unique Centella Calming Gel Cream. So this broke me out, and I was very confused because Hiram was like, this is awesome, this is the best. So I bought it and it broke me out, and I was like, what is in this? Well, I watched one of his videos recently. I can't remember exactly which one it was, and he was saying there's bergamot essential oil in here, and he said that it's the only essential oil in here, and that because it's the only one, it doesn't really bother him, and that's fine. Apparently it bothers me. So I can't use this because it causes serious irritation. Not only does it break me out, but it also caused me to get a rash twice. So I can't use this. I'm glad I narrowed it down to this product because I remember talking about it in that video saying, I think it breaks me out, but I'm not really sure, so I'll let you know. So this is me letting you know like 3 months later. Then I also tried out this CeraVe PM Moisturizing Lotion. So this is a lotion I've been trying out at night. I think this is going to be good for me in the summer because it's very light, almost like their CeraVe Daily Lotion, moisturizing lotion, whatever it is, in like the tall bottle with like the blue, it's a lighter blue than this. It's got like blue accents and stuff. This one's not thick enough. I kind of want more of a thicker moisturizer for the evening because I am having so much dryness right now. It's because of a retinol I've been trying. It's the tretinoin that my dermatologist prescribed me, and my skin is taking forever to get adjusted to it. So this one is just not heavy enough for that. One that I really like that is helping a lot with the dryness and the flakiness is this Clinique Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. So overnight masks to me are kind of like just like really thick lotions or like moisturizers. I love this. Clinique is always fragrance free, which I love. This doesn't cause any irritation or sensitivity on my skin, and it's very, very, very good. It has cured, like I had a bunch of gross dry patches on my like lip and under my lip and like in my nose area. It was awful. This fixed it in 2 days. So I used it 2 nights in a row and it just like immediately took away all of that. And I really, really like this. I would repurchase this again for sure. I also mentioned in a Vlogmas that I was going to try out this Vichy Mineral 89 eye cream, which is kind of like goes in conjunction with this. I like this, definitely a daytime eye cream, not a nighttime, because it's a gel consistency. I think I may have even mentioned it in that video. I don't think I would purchase it because it's just not mind-blowing to me. I'm still on the hunt for eye creams. Speaking of eye creams though, I did try out this La Roche-Posay retinol eye cream. I do like this. Don't put this on your eyelids. Only put it down here. Do it with a small amount first because this can dry. Of course it's retinol. This comes with the territory. But it dried out my upper eyelids so bad, like they were crusty and disgusting, and I needed some help. But since I have learned how to use this better, this has been so much better for my under eye. It's got a moisturizing factor to it, but it does have retinol. I am only 24. I know that you don't really have to start incorporating retinol into your skincare routine until like your 30s or something like that. But I decided to give this a whirl because why the heck not? And I was trying out tretinoin on my actual face, so I figured I would try out a retinol eye cream as well. I still have quite a bit to go. So that's nice because I've had that for like 2 months. I also have this Biore UV Essence sunscreen. So I also included this in my updated skincare routine because I was still kind of trying it out. Well, this, I couldn't figure it out. It smells like straight up alcohol or hairspray. That's what it smells like. It is not good for my face. It has so much alcohol in here, but I am kind of using it up like on my neck and like arms and stuff. But I just wouldn't suggest this. Get the Mermaid Skin UV Gel Cream or whatever it is. That one is much better than this one. To try to prevent breakouts in my masks, I have been trying out the Paula's Choice Clear Acne Body Spray. It's 2% salicylic acid, so I would spray this in my mask every time I used it. Like if I were out, I would take it with me and spray it, and I wash my mask. If I went out and I wore it, and I would come home and wash it, but in between, if I took it off and put it back on, I would spray this to try to help. I think it helped minimize it a little bit. I don't think it eliminated the problem, but I will continue to use this up in my mask, and like if I have random body breakouts, which don't usually happen, I will, but I don't think I would repurchase this. So the last thing I tried is the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Ultra Soothing Repair Moisturizer. This is very interesting because it's got like a bag in there that like soaked up all the product through the pump. This one, it was like $35. Look how little it is. I went through it very quickly. I liked it all right, but I didn't think it was revolutionary, and I thought it was a little bit too expensive for the amount you get. So I would bypass on this, and I'm still on the hunt for a night cream because this is what I was using at night because it was just a little bit too heavy for the day, but it wasn't revolutionary. It was a little bit too expensive, and it only lasted me like 2 weeks. So I did not think it was worth it on that. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this product update video. I'll try to have less products in the next one. I try so many, so sometimes it's hard to like keep up with what I need to do like update wise until I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to update these people on everything I've tried because I try out so much. So yeah, but I'll try to have less in the next product updates speed review video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Make sure you come back for more content. I have a multitude of different things on my channel, lifestyle, beauty, vlogs, random stuff. So definitely come back for that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!